Hi everybody, it's Dr. 𝐬𝐸𝐠𝐬𝐿 from Rhythm of Life Chiropractic in Franklin, Wisconsin. And today I want to talk to you about perception and awareness in your child's brain. We are bombarded with all kinds of signals from our environment, from all of our senses all day long. And our brain's job is to take all that information, process it, come up with a perception, and then act on it. And perception is actually just the brain's model of what's going on. The brain can see what the eyes, what the visual senses provide, but we don't really have eyes in the internal part of our body to tell our brain where all of our vertebrae are, what muscles are contracting, which ligaments are stretched, what is our joint position, is our knee bent, is our toe pointed, all those kind of things. How much weight do we have in our right foot versus our left foot? These are all things that our brain is interpreting from sensory signals from our body. Now, what can happen is the body may have distorted signals. And how that happens is by misalignments, loss of curvature, and the resulting distorted signals. Those bits of information coming to the brain can be altered in such a way that causes there to be this background noise in the brain that it has to work through. That can cause disturbance in normal brain function. But also those distorted signals can just create outright errors in terms of how the brain responds to those signals. So if it's getting an errored message or an inaccurate message from one part of the body and it needs to stabilize that part of the body, let's say you're lifting weights and you need to stabilize that part of the body, let's say your core, to prevent a disc injury in your low back, well, that moment when you need that accurate information and that accurate response by the brain, that might fail you. And sometimes people do something that doesn't seem to be very harmful, like picking up a piece of lint on the floor and they throw their back out. And we find out that, you had abnormal muscle contraction, abnormal alignment, abnormal movement at that part of the spine, which we know leads to poor communication from that part of the body up to the brain. Another way this can affect you is that we have gaps in the information. So there's almost like a blackout where we have no information coming in, like a dropped call, where you had a signal and now you don't have a signal, and the brain has to fill in those gaps to help understand what's going on in the body because it has to act anyway. The show must go on. The brain's going to make a decision anyway, and as a result, it may fill in those gaps with inaccurate conclusions or inaccurate guesses. What this might look like in your child, this might look like clumsiness, and might look like a difficulty in learning new motor skills or athletic skills, or just difficulty with movement when it comes to gym class or on a sports field. It might look like abnormal processing of sensory input, like whether it's auditory or tactile senses, or it might look like abnormal or inappropriate emotional responses to certain situations. These all relate to how the brain processes and the part of the brain that processes sensory input. Now, what we found, though, is that chiropractic care is helpful with these sensory type situations because the sensory information coming through the spine is the main source of sensory input to the brain. All these senses flow through the spine. And if the spine is not well, the spine is not aligned, healthy, and moving and functioning properly, then that's going to distort no matter the best of signals coming from the extremities. So the most perfect signal coming from your arms or legs that go through a crooked, misaligned, stuck spine, it's going to disrupt those signals every day. And so what chiropractic care can do is help figure out where those areas of disruption or distortion are, help address them, restore that motion, restore that alignment, and help the body and therefore the brain to process information more effectively, more efficiently. If this is you, if this is somebody in your life, a loved one that you feel would be benefiting from this information or benefiting from chiropractic care, please reach out to us. Call our office, reach out, set up a consultation, set up an exam, and see how we may be of service to you. Have a great day.